what would be really cool there is if this was like a auto eject seat and it injected right into the water. Oh, you gotta get such and such machine, but you know, hey, they're only a couple $1 million. Yeah, this is the machine. Oh crud, I didn't get any broken original mullet engine part. But wait. Alrighty, so we're coming up to Schaller Group. This is where Justin and Marianne run their program out of. It's a pretty big place. It's pretty awesome in here too. And this is, I think this is plant. I don't know. It's one of the plants. There's been multiple plants here that they got, and it's a pretty cool place. So we'll. Oh, this is the Advanced Manufacturing Center. So we'll park and we'll go inside. All right, so you're standing in Plant 6. So this is where Justin and Marianne keep the boat, because they're shallers. So anyways, can't show you a lot of things because they do a lot of proprietary aerospace stuff and it's top secret squirrel crap. So we can't show you that stuff, but you can show you they've always done my SML blocks, and we're working our way through doing just the SMX blocks. So they're still doing my SML blocks, and they're working on them over here. Can we show the machine and everything? Because you think my machine is big. This mother effing machine is big. And I say mother effing because it's big. All right, so this is Starrag? It is bigger. And for all you guys that say, you know, oh, you gotta get such and such machine, but you know, hey, they're only a couple $1 million. Yeah, this is the machine. So, because it is truly 5-axis. It is pretty darn elaborate. And one of the things you'll see that's really big. So over on the other side is where my blocks are actually at, because they're done, I guess, or part done. So like, this is all part of the machine. This is water pump. This whole thing is just for the water pump, for the coolant pump, right? And then this room right here, you open this door, this is the tool changer. Now, you have to look all the way up and down the whole thing. I don't know how many tools it's got. Looks like probably, oh, it's probably got 100.
Can't even see the top.
Yeah, you can't even hardly see the top. So you will actually, you can actually walk in here and put the tools in the tool room. But here's the blocks. So actually it looks like they're primarily done. They got to do the mains on them, do the main tunnel and finish the cam tunnel on them. And otherwise these are done, looking good. All obviously with revision 2 of the main cap. Remember, it was just revision 1, the very first one that broke. But these ones are looking good. Yeah, everything all through here. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Big aerospace companies. It's really pretty neat. What do you got here?
Stacks of caps.
Oh yeah, my stacks of caps. So this is the 7075 with a what T-treat? That's interesting.
T7351.
T7351. Because aerospace no longer lets you do T6. They want to do everything in T7351.
Yep.
Neat. Okay, cool. So, and you see full radius is here, the whole shebang. So they'll bolt these on, final machine 2 size with studs, which I said I forgot the studs. So I have to bring you the stud, or send you the studs later, sorry. So, if you want an SML, I have inventory, you need to sell them. So, yeah, pretty downright cool. So it all goes through this machine. Oh, this is interesting too, because this is all the pallet changer. So each one of these 2 stories of pallets all feed this machine. This is all part of one machine. So you put this block right here.
Probably a blank pallet that comes out.
Yeah. And it's locked. All right. So you would put a piece of material in there. It puts it up in there somewhere, does something, and then when you program it to, or when the machine calls for it, it finds it over here, puts it here, or puts it, I don't know what it does. It puts it in the machine somehow from all this pallet rack. Oh, it's right there. See the deal with the big chains on it back there? That is part of the pallet grabber. So it comes in, grabs the pallet, and you can see these are all tombstone tool fixtures. So one of these fixtures is probably for my SMX block. Fascinating stuff when you get into the big world. All right, now check it out. Boat's inside. We're gonna go take it outside here. It's pretty sweet. We'll show you everything on this thing. I'm fascinated by the whole deal. Alrighty, you might have already gotten your t-shirt and you go, oh crud, I didn't get any broken original mullet engine part. But wait, because we're just sending them all out separately. So send out all the t-shirts, send everybody's stuff out, and now we're sending out randomly, just selected people, and let me give you some of them. Randomly, somebody in Aubrey, Texas is getting a piston, or one of the broken pistons with a rod still hung on it. Somebody else in Slippery Rock, oh, I know exactly where Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania is. My daughter goes to Grove City College in Grove City, which is right there next door, Pennsylvania. And you're getting a piston with a rod hanging out of it. Somebody in Scott City, Missouri is getting the oil pan. Then we sent 2 to Australia. Somebody's getting the valves, the drop valve. I'm sorry, the valve with the head popped off it, and the other bent exhaust valve, and the connecting rod pieces parts are going to Australia. So 2 different packages to Australia. Somebody in Norborn, Missouri is getting a package. Somebody in Riverside, California. Somebody in Little Rock, Arkansas. Somebody in, where'd it go? Oh, Lancaster, California. A couple of them in California, huh? Now these are randomly, we just, randomly do it. And then another one in Amarillo, Texas. And one in, Weir, New Hampshire. So, if this is one of you guys, your girls, there's a package coming. Now, back to the hydroplane. This is Justin and Marianne. And, I'm sorry. Pat Wiseman. This engine, video of it running on dyno. So we've done tuning, or we built it, done tuning, been trying to figure things out. So now I'm here to help get this thing running. And so kind of checking things out for the first time. So I'm looking at this rudder, call it a rudder still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, rudder. And this line right here is the water feed line for the entire engine. And it is probably feels like, I don't know, probably 3/8 by 1/2 inch hole. But when water's going through this at, like Pat says, at like 150 mile an hour, it probably gets a lot of water. And so it feeds up through the engine. And then it feeds this one line right here. I mean, this is all just stuff I'm seeing before I even get to the engine. I know about engines. I don't really care about that. Well, I do care about that. But I'm interested in other stuff that I don't know about. So then if Justin is feeding this line right here is a cooling line to this plastic water bearings that are here for the propeller, for the shaft. And so this feeds this and keeps the plastic bearings cool. You probably can't run a ball bearing in there. I mean, that would be dumb.
You can,
I suppose you could, but it wouldn't last long, yeah. and then doesn't matter if it's plastic, bronze, or whatever. It really doesn't matter at that point. It's just a bushing, so might as well make them out of plastic and then make it run on water. That makes sense. Pressurized, because it'd be probably 25 psi pressure. Yeah. Roughly 25 psi pressure is what you pick up off that little hose going there. It feeds the engine and all. So pretty cool. And obviously this is just here to feed water to the engine. So once we get it started, so it looks like oh, look, what's this? So what's this all about?
Skid pin.
That's how the
skid
boat
pin.
turns. Stays in the water, depending on how you adjust the angle. The rudder turns the boat, but the boat stays in the water and turns on the skid fin.
So that's the pivot point.
Oh.
That comes on if you go straight.
Yes. That breaks, bad things happen.
This breaks off and bad things happen. Yes, I see. So it's adjustable so you can control a little bit of, or is this really adjustable? Not really.
It is adjustable, but
Because this
not
looks
when
pretty
you're
solid.
running.
Yeah, it's very solid.
Yeah, this is very solid. So these are supports here, but it must have, is there a hinge here or something?
You can take the cover off if you want.
It's probably sharp, eh?
It's extremely sharp, so don't guillotine yourself.
Oh, that is quite sharp.
And it's a complex shape too. So it's,
That's the speed secret.
Oh, if you guys are interested, I have it programmed right now in my head. There you go.
Your fingerprints all over it.
And the backside. Huh. No, that is sharp. Like
If it goes
this
through
will
a boat,
cut
it's
this will
cutting.
cut you sharp.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. Never knew such thing existed. What else stuff do we need to look at before we get in here?
escape hatch from underneath.
Oh yeah. See that? Right here. Escape hatch.
Oh yeah.
So
If you go upside down, that's how the driver's getting out.
yep. Or yeah. But what would be really cool there is if this was like a auto eject seat and it injected right into the water.
There have been boats where that comes open and the water comes rushing up and it's ended
Bad.
some guys' careers. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad. Huh. Well, see, I joke around about stuff like this, but you know, I'm just joking. So, anyways, yeah, that's pretty fascinating. Oh yeah. Yeah. Huh.
And this, the canard,
Canard.
Dustin, you can move
Oh,
canard.
so this is downforce, obviously.
Yep.
We run ours so that it keeps the boat on the water. If it starts to get flighty, it brings it down.
Yeah.
Runs off your left foot.
Oh, so that's driver operated.
Yes.
All right. Fascinating. So, before I drive this, I probably need a little bit of training. Just saying.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. I am willing to do that.
We're looking for a driver in a month.
I am willing to learn. I would do this in a
You're
heartbeat.
coming with us to Valleyfield so you can start getting training, huh?
We'll talk. All right, so we're gonna start going up there and take a look at the engine. Now this is limited hydroplane racing. So the 468 cubic inch. Yeah, 468 cubic inch. So it's a stock. It's a 60 over bore 454 basically aftermarket block, but it's spec pistons, spec cylinder heads, spec blower size and overdrive. You can do whatever you want basically with fuel system. That's where we're working with. Basically anything you want with camshaft, but compression ratio, cylinder head, cubic inch size is all mandatory. So we're gonna go up here and start looking around and go through things and then make sure all the EFI is all working right, wiring is correct, everything's gonna start up and run. Crawl up on this thing, or
Is there any place you should?
you can stand on everything on body wise.
Yes.
You need a slightly taller step stool, just saying. if I die from the getting off the step stool, it would be really awkward. Run this into here. So run these 2 lines into the tank, so then any oil that gets sucked out through here just goes in the oil tank, and then make the oil tank vent off all the air, unless they got some kind of mandate on it. But I think it would be a good idea. Just go ahead and run this line over to a tank. It just make it better.
Okay.
So it should be okay, but I guess you probably have to look at it. Yeah, might not be too big a deal. Okay. So everything's looking pretty good so far. Gonna change a couple little things in some venting, and I just tested all the injector outputs and they are working correctly. Now we're just looking for a spark plug, or take a spark plug out so we can test the spark outputs, make sure that looks good, and then we are ready to start. So
Hopefully it works.
yep, hopefully it works. We'll get ourselves a little primer bottle and some fuel.
You got some.
Yep. Okay. No RPM reading. Cam sync on this is a Hall effect also.
Yep. There should be that MSG.
Center wire is white, no tracer, and then you got a white blue tracer, white orange tracer. White with what?
White with blue stripe is C.
I don't know if it's in A.
That's an A.
Yep.
A should have a white with orange stripe.
They're flipped.
Nope, it's flipped. Yep. Do it again. Should have brought my freaking ear.
Yeah, that got my.
It is impossible to do with because the coils. If you have lots of time, which sounds like you guys do, is you can put all the coils on their own power circuit on a switch. So are they or they're not?
4 of them. They're split up like banks. So one side's on one relay.
No, I mean the main power for the coils.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
is
so
it
I've
on
got 4 and
switch?
4. I just pull a fuse in the back.
Okay, but so what it's doing is when we cycle power on it, it fuel tech, don't know why they do it and they haven't fixed it yet, fires all outputs. So you turn on ECU and it fires all outputs, including the freaking spark plug. So the thing will sneeze 75% of the time it'll sneeze. Unless you put the coils on their own separate power switch.
So we have the coil, so we can start this independently of the coils. So that ignition switch, the top one, when that goes on, which is after this comes on, if you go bottom to top, and the coils come on after this is already powered on.
Okay, so when you go when you go bottom to top,
Yeah,
it
bottom's
doesn't
12 volts.
shut one off, does it?
No.
Okay, so you could do that. Okay.
So bottom's 12 volts for everything. Then we go accessory. Then we got all the coils on a dedicated set of relays. So
Okay.
4 and 4.
Okay.
And that's the last one, so that way you can prime it, do all the all that stuff without the coils having power to them.
Yes, that'd be great.
And then you
That's
flip
what-
the coils on them and
Yep.
start putting it.
Yep, that's the whole thing I was getting at. Yep, pretty good. You already had it. Sweet. Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Okay, timing is correct. Yep. It still doesn't have any fuel pressure. Where are we reading fuel pressure at?
Pressure regulator backward.
Pressure regulator.
At the pressure regulator? So currently what the deal is, it starts, runs, timing's right. It was just running on, when I checked the timing, it died, but it was probably just running on fuel that was left over in the blower because there's no fuel at the pump. So just the way the boat is sitting on the trailer right now, and they only have 5 gallons of fuel in it, the fuel level is below the fuel pump, and for at least the first time, there has to be fuel in the line and fuel up to the pump. It will not suck air and suck fuel up to it. Rarely, if ever. Close. Okay. Yeah. That's a hard stop.
Yep.
We got a great big 1/2-inch drive ratchet and extension. I'll just roll it over by hand here. I don't know why it stopped. Seems to be fine. Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll just make sure it starts up on its own without priming.
Okay.
There's a lot of echo around here. That's pretty funny. All right. This is as much as we can do without it being in the water and without me driving it. so that's the next step. So everything sounds cool, everything's right. Starts up, idles on its own, that looks good. Cylinders are all hot. The surge there, I can fix that, but it is, I don't know what the driving conditions are on these, so I don't know.
Off and full throttle.
Just off and throttle. So I mean, they're not like not ever just sitting there
Like
idling.
95% full throttle lap time.
So it'll whack right up. So there you go. Actually, it sounds like it'll tame down just a tick. So anytime that what is always going on there is the thing technically is not right when it does that, because it's going from a rich lean condition. So rich, lean, rich, lean, rich, lean, and that's what makes them buck and hunt like that. I can tune that out of there, but it gets very sensitive to what load it is at what throttle position, and it's really hard to do. And if somebody's just going to start it up and go at surges and hunts like that, and then they just go wide open throttle, it really doesn't have to matter. So we'll just let her eat. Your worst case scenario is it surges in the water, but you probably never see it. So how many years?
5-year project.
5-year project. Feeling better?
Yeah.
Now comes all the rest of it. So, all right. I think my job is done here. I think everything looks good, sounds right, everything's ready to roll. this is the prop that Justin has made here. Spline drive, that's cool. So this is normal. Justin. If I didn't know better, I'd say you're overcompensating.
Always do.
Always do. Totally different idea of what to do with it and how to run it, and that's what one of the things that we're trying is to be at a lower RPM and not just have these things on the rev limiter all the time, but actually utilizing the natural power curve of the engine. So it'll be interesting to see what all happens, but that's pretty cool. And you made that here?
Cerakote.
Oh, yeah,
So
nice.
this is a steel.
Yeah, nice. All right, awesome. Have you tipped this up with a full oil tank?
Yeah, earlier today.
And it doesn't try coming out the vent.
No, not yet.
So now you've seen it on its side. It's pretty cool. You got the cut. The whole thing's pretty neat. I'm dead serious. I would drive it. I'd like to drive it. Yeah, yeah. We get a little training session. Well, probably a lot of training session, and yeah, that'd be cool. So, anyways, I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.